Hello, traders, and welcome to TradingWithBill.com. I'm Bill, and we're in Thailand and overcast, guys, as we would expect. What a beautiful morning this morning. It's currently 6:40 a.m. That would be 1940 on Wall Street on a Monday night. Traders, again, good to be with you. Another trading day at the trading desk. What can I say? It's summertime. Summertime. And the markets are definitely showing us that on a daily basis for sure. No doubt about that. It is interesting. So it looks like no holidays today. Looks like everybody's at the trading desk. Not. Yeah, it's summertime. It's slow. We talked about the euro yesterday, and I think it was, over 2.5 hours into the London Open before there was like a possibility of a trade, and it did. There was a little trade there, but it just didn't move, and we'll look at that in just a minute. So what do we have going on? Well, let's take a look at what happened in the U.S. session. Now, I was in the U.S. session about an hour and a half or so, and oil was up 90 cents, and I see it's come back down. So oil futures currently now looks like it's sitting here at this 67, 63 area. Yeah, but this is just an opportunity to buy, folks. The last, it's gone up, it's sideways, it's really not doing anything. So yeah, it's just an opportunity to buy. I think oil is just going to continue to the upside. Dollar index took a little heat yesterday, as you can see. Currently now at 94.63, but a nice green candle. Hopefully dollar index will pick up. Gold is still on the downslide. Gold is still at, what are we at here? 116 flat right now on gold. The VIX, unbelievably, but it's at 12.62, and that reflects everywhere we look. Gold, the VIX is just slow. The markets are just dragging along here. The ESs, you can see, they're sideways. We've had 2 days now, a higher high and a higher low. 2 days, so they're coming up a little bit. But, if you look at my little indicator down, it's called the DNA indicator. All these lines are like converged together, right? Even on, if you take a look at the VIX, right, it's converged together. Take a look at oil, same thing, right? All these lines are converged together. The Euro futures is down 2 days now. We're into our second day here, and the Euro futures is still to the downside. So just something to watch, What's going on news-wise today? Do we have anything of any importance? French services PMI comes out today. French manufacturing, French manufacturing comes out today. Did I say German manufacturing PMI today? Market composite PMI today. So there's a couple of things. Manufacturing PMI out of the States, services PMI out of the States, and that's about it. So there's some stuff. EU finance ministers meeting today, which is tentative. That should be something to keep an eye on if we ever know when it decides to pop its happy head at us, and we can take a see what's going on there. On investing.com, I got the U.S. dollar index at 94.42. Basically, like I said, just hanging out there. Really hasn't moved a lot, right? We're at 46, we're at 45. We're not seeing any big moves here on the dollar index. So the dollar is just maintaining, which is a good thing. At least it's not falling out of the bottom, right? So it's continuing to just maintain itself. So today, let's take a look at the pound a little bit and take a look at a top-down analysis, as I like to do. So over here, we have a daily chart, and this is the pound. Look at this, just absolutely coming to the downside. Just doesn't look like any relief here for this to come to the upside. And then we take a look at a 4-hour chart over here. Came up a little bit, but again, pounded to the downside. We're back to the downside again. Couldn't really do anything at this 55 exponential moving average, which is this teal line on the chart here. And this just continues to the downside. Taking a look on the bottom is a 1 hour of our Ikimoku charts. And this is now coming up to this cloud. Interesting enough, it's got the 10 and the 200 and the 55 exponential moving average sitting there. I'm sorry, 200 exponential moving average sitting there. So the future line says sideways. That's this red line right here. Our current price is, of course, where it is, right at this cloud. So we'll see what's going to happen with this cloud. It's pretty interesting. You know, we'd like to see this pull back. We really would like to see this pull back like to 3180. So let's go and take a look at some regular charts. You know, but all the three charts, and what are we looking for when we're looking at top-down analysis? We want to see that they're all in correlation with each other. You know, you don't have the daily doing one thing and the 4-hour doing another thing. Everything's in a downtrend, right? There's nothing here that's saying one is not doing what another, especially when you're looking at a daily and a 240 or 4-hour chart. You want to make sure that they're at least moving in the same direction, okay? So let's take a look at it. Let's get a pound up over here. This is a 30-minute chart. And, you know, you can see from yesterday, this is still in our range. Really nothing has happened here, folks. It's just sitting there. It moved a little bit up here from the high. You know, so you went from 31.40, you came down, to 31. So you moved like a little bit over 40 pips here yesterday. Not an easy take, right? You took this to the downside. This comes up, retests your resistance, and then comes back down again, moves sideways. This is through the middle of the night for me. This is New York afternoon, just moving sideways, right? This is not easy to trade. Don't let anybody fool you. This is, it's easy for me to sit here the next day and say, wow, hey, this is not easy trading. Summertime trading is just, it's a challenge. And I think the hardest part about summertime trading is the amount of time you got to be in front of your charts. When there's volatility and things are moving, you can set alerts, you can set alarms, you can go live life, you can do what you want to do. Summertime trading, you know what? You just got to sit there and watch these charts hour after hour, checking and seeing what's going on. I trade on a 30-minute chart, so every 30 minutes, every 40 minutes, I got to be back at my chart, see what's going on pairs that I picked for the day that I'm interested in, right? All right, that's enough about the pound. Let's just take a look at this euro. Doesn't look like it did a lot, but it did something yesterday. So this was at 1740. It's now at 69.10. So it did do some more. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that no more. So how are we going to work this trade out? Well, I'd like to say I'd love to see a pullback, and we'll take it to the downside, get it up to 1740 again, and we could take this to the downside. But are we going to get this pullback? There's nothing in the news saying, listen, there's something that's going to move this, and give us some help here. My thought is this is just going to continue the downside. The EMAs are down. This is just going to continue to do this grind to the downside, maybe give you a pop-up once in a while. And, the scalper is having a great time right now. Because if you're a scalper, and being a scalper is a different mindset, they're getting their 15, 20 pips, their 10, 15 pips, pretty quickly. Look at this, boom, right? Got a nice move there, it comes back up, gives us a retest on this 10 EMA and then continues to the downside. Hard to get entries. That's my biggest thing that I'm seeing is entries. All about entries, right? We talked about the Aussie yesterday, and this pair is just all over the place. And this was a nice move to the downside. I have to admit, I did miss this. Now, this is late. Towards the end, this is the U.S. session right here. So this was a nice move. Look at this. Even gave you a retest up to the 10 EMA, the 55 EMA right there. And bam, to the downside it went. So the Aussie worked out nice. We expected this to sell off, and it did. It didn't come to where we wanted. We wanted it at that 74.40, 74.50 area. Didn't happen. So I am looking now for this to pull back, right? I'm aggressively going to watch this today, and I'm looking for this to pull back. And there's no reason it shouldn't. We're just going to take this high here. Just want to bring it down here. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Boom. Stick this in here. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at the 50%. That we might get this to continue to the downside. The problem is the 50%, you're going to get it at 70.04, 7,400, doubles, zeros, opportunity where it can bounce, but it didn't yesterday. And then you're right at the 200. So just keep an eye on it. You got to wait for your entries. I'm just the entries are the thing, folks. We've got to get entries, and entries got to be spot on. If you're missing the entries, we're gonna take losses, and we really don't want to be taking losses. The amount of trades I take in the summertime compared to the amount of trades I take on the non-summertime is unbelievable. I mean, I have not taken a lot of trades because I'm not getting entries. I missed this. I mean, I got to be really. I should have put an alert on, an alarm on this. I didn't. This was a really nice trade here. Gave you a little bit of a retest. You could have reloaded a little bit if you wanted to, or in my case, scale out a little bit and let this continue to the downside. This was a nice trade here. Shame on me, but I should have put an alert on that Aussie. Then, of course, we always talk about the New Zealand dollar. Not a lot here, nothing to really talk about. We want this to come up to the 68.30 area, somewhere up there. We'd like to see that. We can absolutely sell this. I'm not, I try now to talk about both directions, buying and selling. This could give you a nice bounce to the upside off the 200. Take it from the 67.80 area and bring this back up to that, at least the 68.20 area. It's your next resistance area. So you might be able to buy that. And we'll take it up from about here someplace. We can take this to the upside about there, and we'll take that up. Let's see what I got going on here. Some Ikimuku cloud stuff. Look at this pound in the cloud, right? In the cloud. Look at this euro, right? It's been through the cloud, didn't move very much. Now it's below the cloud. It's now at resistance. If we didn't look at those other charts, you're saying, listen, this is an entry. Right, let's take a bigger look at this. Right here, we have a bigger entry here now. This is now below the cloud. It's retested it a couple of times to that red line there. And, we're looking to sell this. I got to be honest, this looks pretty nice on this chart. Wide open space here, not a lot of junk here. And this looks like it's extremely bearish. So I would, keep that in mind as you go through your trading day today. Let's see if there's something new we can take a look at. Let us take a look at. Let's look at the dollar CAD. Here's a euro yen, by the way. This is another one of my favorite pairs. I really enjoy this euro yen. Let's stay on this for a second. This is really nice. It's in the cloud, right? But look at this. This is, folks, this doesn't get no more clearer than this is bearish, right? This is so bearish, it's crazy, right? So now where are we going to get in this, right? Where do we get in this trade, right? Where do we get in this trade? This is really sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's get down there, right? Here we are. If, there's nothing wrong with using tools, right? Use your tools, right? So we're looking at 618 maybe the 50. So the 50, maybe you look to think that that's probably going to be a sell area at the 50% fib, which is about there. And, look at that. This is going to be the top of that cloud, right? Which is going to be your next resistance area. I don't think it's going to make it up there. It could. Right, anything can happen, but I think it's going to hit this resistance area at this 130.40 area and take it to the downside. This just looks like really something to keep on your radar today. This euro yen really looks nice to the downside, and it just looks really appetizing. Sorry we didn't get to the other one I was going to talk about, but this really just flared out at me. Really, how nice this looks. This is so. This is what you want to see, right? Look at all these rejects in the cloud. Reject, right? The Japanese made candlesticks. Why wouldn't you want to use their other, the Ikimuku, which they put together themselves, right? And everything's just looking to the downside on this. Now the issue is entry in a low volatility, a low volume, a low, there's not a lot going on. But, if you look at this, folks, this is almost 12 hours. Sometimes we don't realize this is 12 hours here, right? 2 candles is 1 hour. This is 10 or 12 hours here that we're looking at here. This is a long time, right? Long time. Let me just go check something there. Okay, we checked on that. Let's get that back down to normal. All right, things are looking good. Traders, thank you so much for being with me just about 4 minutes before 7 o'clock in the morning. I know these videos will run a little bit longer, but we're doing a little bit more. Tomorrow we'll look at some other pairs other than the normal ones. And we'll see if we can expand a little bit and move our, our thought process out into some weird pairs. Traders, thank you so much. Always remember to trade smart, not hard. We will see you tomorrow morning in Asia. Traders, take care. Have a great trading day. See you later now. Take care. Bye-bye.